Hello, guys. Welcome to the DreDayFX Fundamental Bias review for the week of September 13th. So we're gonna start in about, as usual, in about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna wait until everyone is getting notified that I'm live right now. So if you're on Facebook, on the Facebook group, or on YouTube, welcome. And even if you're on Twitch, welcome too. So we're going to start in about 5 minutes, okay? So in 5 minutes, we're going to start. All right, guys, welcome. So we're going to start in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes going to start. So I hope that everyone had a great week of trading. There was a lot of move in the market, so I'm just gonna analyze what we have here as the bias here for the week, and see if that makes sense overall. And and we're gonna look at all of the pairs here that are available here. Okay, so in 2 minutes we're gonna start. All right, guys, so we're gonna start in 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, so welcome guys to the fundamental bias review for the week of September 13th. So my name is Andre Dervo, aka DreDayFX. So we're gonna review the what we analyzed on Monday. So basically, we added the future pairs all together. So let's say if you have USD, Canadian, we analyze the USD, we analyze the Canadian, and we put both together. Okay, to give us the currency pair to know exactly what is the direction for the week for Forex. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm just gonna start to share my screen. We'll make sure that everyone can hear me. Type the number one if you can hear me, so I can know if the sound is good. And we're gonna start. Perfect. All right, so let me start to share my screen. All right. Okay, so as we did on Monday, I provided you the fundamental buys here. So each pair that are basically moving for the week, everything that is bold in black is the one that we're looking at for the week. Okay, so on Friday, what we do is that we analyze the what we basically did on Monday to see exactly if it makes sense or not. Okay, and we're gonna look only at the pairs that it has movement on. Okay, so anything that is neutral, like this one, the AUD CHF, we're not gonna cover that because our bias would not there was no direction for the week because it was going down each of them. So the AUD was going down and the Swiss franc was going down, so that was neutral. But anything that is both here, like AUD, JPY, those are two currencies that were going in the opposite direction. Okay, so the one was going down, one was going up, so we had a bias here for AUD going down overall. Okay, so let's start with the AUD USD. As you all know, we start with we go on TradingView, we look at the weekly chart, and we look to see exactly if for the week our bias made sense. Okay, so on AUD USD, we're looking to sell the market, and if you look at the weekly candle, it went down, so it sold off all week. Okay, so if we go down under the 1 hour chart, we're gonna look to see exactly if we had what was the actual if we have any like indication of a sell, and second of all, if we have any trade that were given by Enigma. Okay, Enigma is our signal service that we have with Elevated FX. Okay, so we have a free you have free signal that you could get on our Telegram group, or if you want to have access to all of the alerts, it's $97 per month, and give you access to all of the signals here for every pair that we're analyzing every week. Okay, so for this pair, we do see that there was a sell-off here. So the high of the week was, if we look here, I always do a horizontal line. Let's see. So that was a high of the week. So the high of the week was given to you on Monday and then sold off. and today was the low of the week. Okay, so I'm pretty sure if we analyze the fundamental bias here for next week, I'm pretty sure that the AUD USD pair will still continue to go down, but we'll see, because right now we had Enigma signal for a sell really at the end of the day, and right now the entry was right there. So if you took that trade, if you took that signal, if it was sent out, if you're a paid member, usually, personally, I do not take a signal at the end of the day. I usually take the signal during the morning here, between 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay, so, and especially on Friday, usually the market goes sideways, so I usually don't trade that type of signal here at the end of the week. Okay, but it could be a good setup for starting next week. Okay, so we'll see what happened there. But even though you didn't trade Enigma, overall you should have good sell opportunities here to get in. If you go down on the 15-minute chart, there were a lot of opportunities here to get in for a sell. Okay. But overall, for our analysis here on Friday, we're only going to go on the 1 hour chart just to make sure that we do see the trend. So we're just going to go back on the 1 hour. But we do see the trend here. It was trending down. Okay. So far, based on our analysis here, we're 1 for 1. Okay. Let's go on AUD CAD. AUD CAD. Right. We always use Oanda servers here because it's more cleaner than the other ones. And we go on the weekly. Okay. So AUD CAD, we said it was a sell. And what do you know? It was a down candle. So our fundamental bias here was good for the week. Okay. So we're already 2 for 2 overall for the week. So we're just going to go down on the 1 hour. And we do see a lot of Enigma signals here. Those are sell signals. You have another one here. So that's 3. So if you want to get, like I said, if you want to get that system, the system unfortunately is not for sale. It's only the signals that are for sale. So you won't have access to have it on Trader Review here. Okay. But the setups that you see here, that's the one that are pushed out in the system, and you're gonna receive the notification here on Telegram to take the buy or sell, or for the free members. And for the paid members, you have all access to it in the Discord group. Okay. We have a section here for the FX setups here that you're gonna have access to it when you pay the $97, okay, per month. Okay, so if we go back, if we do a little replay to see exactly how the system works with Enigma specifically, we're just gonna go back on, that was on the 14th, so that was on Tuesday morning. I think it was at London, or was that London or Asian session? Let me check. I think it was at London here, okay? So let's do a replay. And I'm just gonna slow down the speed. All right. Okay, perfect. So and what's good with the trading view, that's why I love to work with trading view, is that you could always back test any software or any strategy that you have, and you could do a replay of the candles here and analyze that way. Okay, so let's start. Let's see. There you go. So here, I'm just gonna put it a little bit bigger. There you go. So automatically the system will give you an entry, okay, with a stop loss, TP1, TP2, TP3. So this is your take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, okay? So this is how the layout will be in when you receive the signal. We're gonna give you the entry, we're gonna give you the stop loss and the 3 take profit zones, okay? So you could plot them, even though you don't have the system, you could plot them automatically on your charts if you're using MT4 or trading view, okay? So you could put your lines and put all the entries of numbers here, okay? So let's continue. And that remember guys, it's a 1 hour chart, okay? So every candle is 1 hour. Here you go. So the entry was within the first hour, you have the entry. The second hour, you're already in take profit 1 zone, okay? So you already took profit. If you want to take profit, you could take profit right there, or you could partially take profit and leave some money here. Basically the lot size. You could continue with, and see exactly if it's going to take TP2, TP3, okay? And always, if you hit TP1, always put your stop loss at break even. So basically at your entry. So that way you don't lose anything, okay? So you know it's a free trade. Let's continue. All right. The other candle, TP2 hit. So next hour, same thing. If you hit TP2, you take partial profit. You move your stop loss from the entry to TP1. Let's continue. Almost TP3 here. Few pips. Now went back up. So like I said, if you were at TP2 and you took partials, you would have been out of the trade because it hit your trailing stop, right? So let's continue again. Here, TP3 hit, okay? So depending exactly on how you want to set up your take profits here, if you only want to take TP1 on every trade that we send out with the system, that's good. But if you know exactly how the market structure is and know exactly the candle patterns, you could keep running the trade here, even though it's going up here. It went to TP3, okay? So that's the example for this currency. Let's continue. So far we have AUD USD that was a sell, so it was a sell. Same thing for AUD CAD. So let's look at AUD JPY. So we had a sell for AUD JPY. So we're gonna go back on the weekly and we're gonna search for AUD JPY. Look at this. So we said it was a sell, right? So it's sold off for the week. AUD JPY. So we're 3 for 3 right now. See, guys, the power of the fundamental bias is really important if you're looking to trade, because you know exactly what currency to look at for the week, so you don't have to open all of the currencies available here for you, and you just have to specifically look at the currency that moves, you know, that will move for the week, and you're going to be profitable. Okay, so look at AUD JPY. So we're going to go on the 1 hour to see if we have any setups from Enigma. And guys, the fundamental bias is not only for Enigma, right? It's for any type of style of trading that you're gonna be that you use every day. It could be your personal style. It could be another indicator that you use. It could be moving average. It could be ADX. It could be anything. Okay, so it'll give you an extra confluence and basically an edge in the market, because you know exactly where the direction is. Based on your analysis. Okay, so here we had a sell opportunity right there. So that was on what was that, Wednesday, on the 15th. So let's start back this. All right. Okay, so same thing. Give you an entry for sell. You have your stop loss, TP1, TP2, TP3. So this is the signal that will be sent out in the groups. Okay. Let's continue. TP1 hit the next hour. TP1 hit by the pip almost. Let's continue. So if you follow the rules, that's my personal rule here regarding trading. If you hit TP1, put your stop loss at break even. That way you don't lose money. And if you see the next candle went back to your entry, okay? It then went back up. Then you had another entry, and this one was still for a sell. But I think within that candle, you should have an entry here if you went to the lower time frame, depending exactly on when the actual alert went. Yeah, that's a good entry too. Let's continue. Then next candle, it hit all of the TPs, 1, 2, and 3. That's amazing. Perfect. So let's continue. I'm just gonna give you like a few examples within the if we have any example with Enigma, where I'll show them to you, but not all of them, just to give you a gist of what it is and how it works. So AUD NZD. Let's look at this one. AUD NZD. Same thing. Go on weekly. I said on Monday, I said the NZD was going to move a lot for the week. The NZD was an uptrend overall, so for sure. There you go. So it was a sell here, even though it's a little candle like this, a doji. It's still a sell, still going to the downwards. So Go on H1 on the weekly. Let's see if we had any. This one, we didn't have any Enigma signals here. Oh, no, I think that was the week before. Yeah, that was the 10th. So that was last Friday. Okay, so no movement, no trades from Enigma signal, but our fundamental bias for the week was a sell, and it was good. So far, we reviewed 4 of them. 4 of them were correct. Okay. Perfect. So let's look at CAT CHF. So CAT CHF, we have it as a buy. Oops. CAT CHF. Let's see. Go back on the weekly. Got it as a buy. Let's see. Drum roll. If we had it as a buy for the week, if it's good. And it's good. So that's an up candle here. Okay. So we're 6 for 6 so far. Go back to the hourly. If we have any entries. Yeah, do see one here, but we'll see if and guys, even though Enigma is sending you signals, you still have to analyze the charts here and see exactly if it makes sense or not. Okay, for you specifically, because sometimes it's gonna give you an entry and it could go sideways. Okay, so that's why we give you some parameters here with the system to get in and give you a tight stop loss here. So this one for sure it lost because it didn't touch TP1, but we'll still do a replay on this one, so you could see exactly the price and where the market went after. Let's see, go back. Okay, let's continue. There you go. So it gave you a buy here, okay? A buy signal. And then she was right here, and TP1 is here. Let's continue. So almost went to your stop loss, and you hit your stop loss here. And this trade, I wouldn't take it. The reason why is that buy signal was given to you after this big move. Okay. So I wouldn't take that trade personally, because I would look at the market structure and see exactly if it makes sense to take that buy trade at the end of that move. Okay. So if we X out, but even though, let's say let's say you took it, okay, and you see it went back to your entry, the entry zone of the alert, even though it's giving you the alert is given to you at that specific time, you could still look at the market. But Me personally, I wouldn't take it because of this. But if I see that it went back to the original entry zone, I would re-enter, even though it stopped me out. Let's say I took it and it stopped me out here. I would re-enter for a trade, and then you see, went back up and hit TP3 easily. Okay. But like I said, at the end, it is your judgment and your analysis here on the market that will dictate your if you want to get in or not, or not get in the market. Okay. So the bias was still good, okay, because it was an up candle in the weekly, so that's perfect. Let's continue. So CHRJPY, we have it as a sell. Okay, type the number 2 if so far you see the value on what I'm giving you as analysis here every week for you guys, because this is potent information here and gives you a lot of edge in the market. Okay, because if you know the actual trend of the market overall before you take any trades, it will help you for sure. Let's go on the weekly. So we said CHRJPY. What we said exactly? It was a sell. Okay, let's see. Oops. Let's go down. Look at that. It was a sell, and even Enigma Enigma is giving you a sell signal on the weekly. That's crazy, yeah? So this candle is validating that it's a sell. And if we go back on the 1 hour chart, we have multiple sells here. This one was already took TP1. If you go back, that was the entry. TP1 was already hit. And that was the day. Here, give you a sell entry. TP1 hit, TP2 hit. If you kept it, TP3 hit, because this is a TP3 and the price went to it here multiple hours after. Okay. Let's see on the 13th. 13th here. Here that entry it hit your stop loss if you took it right there, but then it sold off. Okay, so that's why I said you could re-enter the trade even though it's giving you an entry, and let's say it stopped you out. You can always go back in if you properly analyze the market, and you could re-enter the market for a sell. Okay, but overall this pair was a downtrend, exactly what we said on our fundamental buy. So that's perfect. So far we're 7 out of 7. Okay. So Euro AUD, we said on Monday that it was going to be a uptrend overall because we're looking to buy the currency. So Euro AUD. Let's go on Euro AUD. AUD. looking to buy, right? So we should look for an up candle. Let's see. Yeah, was an up candle here. So we're 8 out of 8. Go back on the hourly chart. So let's see. I don't think this one didn't have any. Okay, so we see it's still it was an uptrend. So market was going up, but it was going up, but a little bit sideways, but still going up. But you still had like good structure to get in for trades here if you know what you're doing. So yeah, that's really nice. All right, so go back to the weekly and look at the next. You got Euro CHF. So we said it was a buy. It was a buy, guys. Oh, we went 8 out of 8 or 9 out of 9. Let's go down 1 hour and see if we had any setups here with Enigma. I think we had we had a few, if I remember. Let's see. And that's a pure example here of an entry here that a signal that was given by Enigma stop you out, and then you had another opportunity to get in for a buy still. So here, that was the entry. Then it's consolidated here, went back down. Then it did a dip, so it stopped you out if your stop loss was there. And then on the next candle, it give you a buy entry and just took off. It went TP1 and then TP2, TP3. Right there. All right, so let's see. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a couple of currencies here. So we did euro, so far. Yeah, I'm gonna look at GP JPY, okay, because the GP pair was moving a lot here during the week, and most of them were selling off, and I know that most of them hit. So that's GBP JPY. So that's the British pound against the Japanese yen. Here you go. So sell, and we said it was a sell. Okay. So let's look at the hourly chart. So there was an entry here, but that was for that was for a sell. And sometime Enigma will give you a counter trend signal. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you don't take it. Like I said, you have to analyze the market to know exactly what's going on. But most of the time, when Enigma is giving you a signal, it makes total sense to take it. And you have to really properly manage your risk here for those type of trades. Okay. So this one give you a sell signal. It went back up. It took your stop loss and then just sold off. So that's why I said you could still, you see a stop, you could take the loss here, the stop loss, and you could re-enter if you see that the price is going back to the original entry price and get back in to sell or to buy the currency here based on the signal that you receive. So this one was a good signal because it went to TP3 here in almost 5 hours here. All right, so let's go back weekly. Okay, so now I'm just gonna look at the weekly for each of the pairs just to finish this off here with you guys. But I'm always doing the Friday review to show you exactly the power of knowing how to get the data and understand the data to transfer that type of data to an actual bias here to know exactly to know exactly what's the direction here on each of the currencies and do the currency pairs afterwards. Okay, so GBP USD. Let's see. Right. GBUSD sell. That's a weekly candle. It sold off. Okay. GPCAD. Sold off. That's a sell candle. It's red. NZD. NZD, we said sell. This one, negative. It was a buy. And you see, you want to know the reason why it was a buy, specifically for this one. If we go back on the data, okay, the British pound, the commercial was for last week, 2 weeks before was 4,435, and the week after 20,266. Okay, so there was a difference of around 6,000 contracts here overall. Okay, but NZD for the 30th of August, 2,372. And then it went to minus 4,989. So that was bigger in difference than this one. Okay. So since the pressure was going upwards for New Zealand compared to the British pound, that's why you had an uptrend here. There was a battle here up and down, but New Zealand won. And push the market up. Okay. So far we had one fundamental bias that was negative. Okay. Then NZT Chef, we had a buy. Perfect. That was a buy. And lastly, we have USD Chef for buy. And that was a big buy here. And it's giving you a buy signal on the weekly on Enigma. So, and especially for US CHF, I'm looking to buy them, buy that pair here for maybe the next week or so, because there's a high pressure of buying here. But we'll see what the data will give you. Will give us here for next week. Okay. So far we only had GBP NZD. That was the bias was incorrect. Okay, it bought for the whole week, but we have it as a sell. But for the rest, our bias was accurate. Okay, so that's really amazing, guys. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Perfect. So as you can see, the our fundamental bias here overall for the week was highly accurate. We only had one currency that wasn't good, but overall, if you took the trade based on the fundamental bias, you would be overall in the positive here. Okay, and if you use Enigma in conjunction with the fundamental bias, you're gonna win a lot of trades here overall. Okay, so if you don't have Enigma yet, there will be a link in the description of this webinar. If you're in a Facebook group, it's already posted, pin post on the pin post of the group. But if you're on YouTube, it's going to be in the description of any of our videos that we have. And if you want to have basically the free signals, or it's already there. We have the Telegram group for that. But if you want the paid version, that'll give you access to all of the signals that we offer. that will be the $97 per month package. But on top of that, if you want to have Enigma with some training for trading, and that will give you access to all of the educators that we have, on top of how to do commitment of traders eventually, and could be in another package. So we'll have to check at that. But we have a package here at $997. There'll be a membership fee here on that. Okay, but everything will be linked in the description below. Okay, so here on that note, I'll just finish the webinar right now. If you have any questions, as always, you could leave a message, a comment below on YouTube or on Facebook in the Facebook group. We'll be glad to answer your questions on that. But if there's no other question here on the live, just wait maybe 2 minutes. If not, we'll finish the live here. So I hope overall everyone was happy with the information I gave today. We thought the number 2 maybe to confirm that I did a great job tonight. It's not easy on Fridays. Usually people are out partying or whatnot, but someone has to do the work here and give you all the value possible here. So I'll just wait a few minutes here to make sure that everything is good on everyone's end, and we're gonna finish the call here. Perfect. So I don't see any questions so far. Perfect. So on that note, I'll catch you guys on Monday night at the same time at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to review the fundamental bias here for the week of the 20th. Is that it? Yes, the 20th here. So we're going to look at our overall bias here overall for the week and see exactly what we're going to be looking to trade on. Basically, the market that'll be moving the most. Okay. So as you all know, the neutral markets, I do not trade them because I don't know exactly what is the actual bias for the week for that currency. So I don't trade them. So we're only going to be looking at the ones that will be moving, the one that will have a buy or sell, exactly what I showed you on this webinar, and then on the next Friday we're going to review the pairs here as we do today, same thing as we do today, to look at what was right or what was wrong. But mostly we should be at the right side of the market here. As long as you're at the right side of the market, you're going to be profitable. Okay. So on that note, I wish you a happy end of the week, happy weekend, and come back on Monday so we could crush the week here of trading. Okay. So talk to you guys on Monday.